Good morning, everyone. It is 40 degrees this morning, and I am hiking from Beauty Spot Gap to Erwin, to Uncle Johnny's hostel, which is where I'm staying this evening. And so it's going to be a beautiful day today. It's sunny. It's going to be sunny. It's rather cold and breezy right now, and there is the possibility of rain mid-afternoon. So this is an 11-mile hike today. I believe it's 11 miles. I have to correct that if that's wrong. And last night I shared a room with Renee, Couch to Trail, and we went out to dinner last night and had Mexican food, and it was wonderful. We went to Walmart, and she said, "I'm so happy just to have a girl's day out," even though she had hiked yesterday. And so anyway, we had a good time. So I want to show you what I'm looking at this morning. Hold on just a minute. That is the morning. It is about 8:10 right now, and I've hiked about a mile already. I don't know what that used to be, but that's interesting. It's kind of off trail. I am always very interested whenever I come out of a forest, and we're going to turn. That's where I've just come from. And now I'm hiking in a meadow, and there's a white blaze way up there. If you look at the tree, you can see a white blaze as well. This is interesting to me. This is plastic that's been like nailed into the tree. They're not all like that, but I've seen several. Good morning, sun. Whole different direction. Gonna close up. That's beautiful. So I just came from that way. Coming up, it was just meadow. This is a gap. You can see a truck parked over there, and here's a fire pit. I was told that this is kind of a touristy area where a lot of people come up on the weekends to do section day hiking. Beautiful. This little field is all getting ready to bud. And now we're coming back down for a small descent, and you can see how the trail goes up there. This is incredible! I love this morning. Get up off the sofa. Go do something today. Go work out at the gym. Go walk to the mailbox. Walk around the block. Ride your bike. Do something. Come hike with me, because I am having a great morning. One of the reasons I'm having a good morning is because Judith and I finally had a come together meeting, and she said she could keep her candy down to £1, and I said, all right, I'll carry £1 for you, but that's it. And so those 5-pound candy bars are gone. And Sloth, I'm hiking for you, buddy. I'm thinking about you every single day, every day. And Unbound Crow, I've been thinking about you too. I haven't communicated with you lately. I'm sorry, but I've been thinking about you. Elkie, thank you for my new drawings, my sketches. I haven't published them yet on my videos, but I'm going to. I love the snail. That's an awesome sketch. One of the things I forgot to tell you about Elkie's drawings. Woo! That was an stunt. Lordy. Give me a sec. Okay. One of the things I forgot to tell you about Elkie and her drawings is, I don't know if you noticed, there are almost always trees in her drawings. She knows that's because I love trees. Even though, you know, I told you the trees have had it out for me a couple of different times. It's been good the last few days, but anyway, Elkie knows I love trees. She knows I love Bill Withers' Lean on Me. She knows I love Ruth Bader Ginsburg. All those drawings are reflective of conversations we've had where she's incorporated my convictions, my thoughts, her thoughts, our like kind thoughts together. And that's what makes them even more special than what you see when you're looking at them. Thank you, Elkie. Gosh, this trail is pretty. And I haven't said hi to A.T. Gracie in a while. A.T. Gracie, hey, hope you're doing good. I guess I need to speak proper English. Hope you're doing well. All right. I'm going to switch this. Oh, the robins are out. Robin redbreasts. They're everywhere. Oh, can you see that little bird in the tree? I don't know if he's singing. I can't zoom in more than that. Drat. Anyway, look at this trail. I feel like I'm on the way to some little cottage with Hansel and Gretel. Yesterday when I was hiking, there was a hiker in front of me that had been eating goldfish and Cheetos. And because there was a trail of them on the trail, and all I could think of was Hansel and Gretel and the, breadcrumbs, it cracked me up. Although, he really shouldn't have been leaving his food on the trail. Anyway, I sent my grandchildren, before I left, I shared with you all that I had written letters to my grandchildren that would be mailed every so often by my husband to them. I had them all laid out with dates on them, and some packages with some little toys, gifts. And my little one, my 7-year-old, got his package yesterday, and he called me and he said, "Nonnie, I just wanted to thank you for my Kung Pao chicken book. It was hilarious." I started laughing. I thought it was so funny. I don't even know how much that book cost, but whatever it was just worth hearing that. It was hilarious. Oh my God, I laughed myself sick. It was funny. I've met the most interesting people. At one of the hostels, I met a dad who had a 4th grade daughter with him, and I can't even remember what his name was. I don't know anything about him, but I know a lot about his daughter because she just decided that she was going to have a long conversation with me, which was absolutely fine. I loved it. But she was taking a shower, and I was getting ready to get in the shower, and she said, and we both had our clothes on, but still, and she said, "So, what is your trail name?" And I said, "Nonnie, and how did you come about that name?" And I thought, you're in the 4th grade? And I asked her what her name was, and it's Rock Lizard. she was the cutest. She was so precocious and loquacious. She was hysterical. So I had a good time talking to her. She was funny. When we went into the community room, the adults had Conan the Barbarian on, and I kind of looked at that and thought, that's not really appropriate for a fourth grader to be watching that. Even though it's an old movie, it's kind of gruesome. So I wasn't going to say anything until I looked at her and saw her turn her head, cringing. And I had to kind of say, maybe we need to find something else that's more appropriate, you know, for her to be able to watch as well. And so they did. And anyway, she was a cutie. This kind of thing right here, this is not a complaint. This is just sharing information. This is the kind of thing that after you've hiked on 10 to 12 miles of this, on these rocks, your feet really hurt at the end of the day. Some of you have asked me about my feet, and I don't think I completely answered this in a different video that I did, so I'll answer it now. My knees don't hurt, my hips don't hurt, my ankles don't hurt. Every once in a while, my left thumb hurts because I have arthritis in that left thumb. And when you are using hiking poles all day, especially with, well, it's really not especially, you use your hands differently on an ascent versus a descent. At the end of the day, that sometimes aches. My scoliosis, even though I'm carrying a 35-pound pack, it's not been an issue, and I guess that's because I found the right pack, and it's packed where the weight is distributed best for me. I don't know if it's distributed properly. I think it is, but it works best for my back. Hold on. Okay. And then my feet. You know, I think I said this before. I think anybody's feet are going to hurt after hiking 10 to 14 miles, 10 to 15 miles in a day. No matter who you are, if you do that day in and day out, I can't imagine your feet not hurting. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't talked to any hikers that have said their feet have been okay. All of them have said their feet hurt at the end of the day. Gosh, there's a lot of rocks. And the thing about these rocks is they're not all stable. So a lot of times when you're walking over rolling rocks that actually, like this right here, that actually trip you when you're walking. So you have to be kind of careful. This is not what this is, but I always call this walking on a riverbed. When I walk on a trail like this, my feet do hurt at the end of the day. They ache pretty bad. And see what I mean? That was a rolling rock. I just tripped on it. A lot of times when I'm hiking, let me see if I can show you this. And the trail is slanted like this, or like this. How can I do it? Like this. And you're hiking like this. You're not hiking flat. You're hiking like this. That really torques your ankles and your feet. Not only that, because I have bone spurs on both of my feet, even though I have a big toe box, it shifts your feet in your shoes where it's rubbing up against the corner of your shoe. And yeah, that hurts. So I'm not complaining. I mean, it's part of the trail. I knew what I was getting into. And so at the end of the day, I take some medicine, and usually it's extra strength Tylenol. Sometimes I switch that out with extra strength Motrin and kind of go back and forth between them. Renee, Couch to Trail, says sometimes she's almost in tears at the end of the day because her feet hurt as well. So that lets me know it's not just me. It's, you know, lots of hikers. So that answers the question, I guess, about my feet. The other thing is, when you're hiking on that slant and it's been raining, muddy, and it's muddy, slippery muddy, that really torques your ankles and your knees. Fortunately for me, I must have horse knuckles. Because yeah, I can feel it, but I'm not in pain at the end of the day. It's just like, come on now, let's get back to a flat trail. But that mud, whoo, that was hard to hike through. Look at this trail. Woo! Look at this. Hold on. Trail. Pretty. I told you that Renee and I shared a cabin, and last night, but she had been at Uncle Johnny's the night before, and she stayed in the bunkhouse. I wasn't there the night before. I was somewhere else. And so I walked into the bunkhouse to get her, and the smell, I like did a backward step. I was like, oh my gosh. It was so assaulting to my senses. It was so bad. And I looked at her and she had this look on her face. I just died laughing. Well, the mattresses are, you know, this thick in there. They're pretty thick. But it's really deceiving because she said she laid down and it went all the way down flat to the board that was underneath the mattress. There was nothing in between it. And she had to get out her air mattress and lay on top of her air mattress on top of the mattress, and even then it was horrible. So she was really grateful to be in a cabin with, you know, our own bathroom and sink and you know, being able to sleep on something that she didn't sink down into. It was hysterical. It was so funny. She made me laugh and laugh and laugh. It was just funny. I'm going to switch this camera around and show you what I'm looking at. It's so beautiful. We are coming up to U.S. Forest Road 230. I've hiked almost 3 miles. I'm going to cross over to continue on. So once I crossed that Forest Service Road, the trail changed again. And now there are hardly any rocks and there's just some roots. But look how the forest has changed. I love hiking. I love hiking when you go through like 3 different terrains in one day. I just had the biggest treat. I told you 2 or 3 days ago when I had hiked from Sam's Gap to, oh, I don't remember, that once I got on the trail, almost immediately this woman said, I know you. I've watched your channel. We've watched your channel since the very first video. And I could not remember their names. And I felt so bad I could not remember their names. Their names are Kim and Dave. And I just ran into them again. They're doing a section hike for a week. Their daughter did the AT in 2013. And so I took a photo of them and I'm going to put it in right here. Anyway, they are the sweetest people. They're from Asheville. And they said every year they try and go hiking for a week to do a section of the trail. And they are, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to get this right. I think they said 67 and 69. And I said, that is awesome. That's terrific. Thank you for sharing your information with me because I want to inspire and encourage older people and people hiking solo to get out and hike, get out and do something, a day hike, a section hike. It doesn't have to be the entire AT, just to be active. And she said that they've been active for many, many years. They were awesome. So you get to a point where you're actually going under power lines. That's kind of weird. So this is what I meant when I said you just have to hike over roots that go across the trail. We switched back to rocks and tree roots, but isn't this beautiful? I think I'm about 4.5 miles in, and somebody has left water here. It's nice. Oh, there are chairs up there. Huh. Maybe there's trail magic. We'll see. Why else would there be chairs there? Ah, look. Good morning. So that is Brother Tom. He has a ministry and he does trail magic. He had banana bread, brownies, fruit, and drinks, and he is a lovely, lovely soul. This is the miracle of nature. This is a spruce forest. I'm 10 minutes from being out of that meadow and going through a rhododendron forest. This is, oh, it smells so fresh and clean today. There's just the slightest breeze, maybe 5 miles an hour. It's cool. It's probably 40, and it has not started raining. The forest floor is soft. There's not a tremendous number of rocks or tree branches. Wow. Wow, this is some fallen tree. How interesting. It fell sideways next to the trail, not across the trail. Well done, tree. Well done. Well done, tree. This is the kind of forest floor that concerns me. It's not that there's no rocks or branches, it's these leaves covering the path, because today is pretty cool, but yesterday someone had a rattlesnake on the trail because it was warmer, and with all of these leaves it's very difficult to see a curled up copperhead or a curled up rattlesnake, which means when you're hiking you have to be constantly vigilant, you know, to make sure that you're not getting ready to step on or near something you don't need to be stepping on. I'm sure everything will be fine, but, you know, it does distract a little bit from being able to just look around and enjoy what's around you, because you truly have to be focused on where you are walking when you do this AT hike. Look at the burl on that tree. Wow. So I have been studying poop. There has been several leavings on the trail that have had fur in them that I've taken photos of and sent to my husband to help me identify whether they're coyote, fox, what they are. And that's what we've identified, that it was one or the other or both. There's been several different leavings. So that's been interesting. Notice I haven't shared that with you on there. I don't want to be known as the YouTube poop queen. I find it fascinating. I also find it fascinating when I pass by kind of a drop site of lots of feathers or fur that has been pulled out of whatever's been eaten, and helps keep me vigilant, looking around me. That's not a bad thing, and that is nature. Okay, so oh, we're gonna have dueling cameras. All right, so here's Couch to Trail, George and Walt. They're going Nobo, I'm going SOBO.
Hey girl, how's your hike going?
Good. How's yours?
Good.
Y'all doing good?
Yeah.
Okay. God, that's just... I've been thinking about the weather, and I have on a Kathleen long sleeve and a R1. Took off my jacket earlier in my buff because it warmed up a little bit, but I am so comfortable right now with this on and hiking. When I sat down to have some trail magic with Brother Tom, sorry, it only took a few minutes for me to realize I'd been sweating. And you know, in the South we call that getting misty. We don't call that sweating. Women don't do that. Anyway, just FYI for you Northerners, thought you might want to know. Anyhow, I was sitting there and I got a chill, and I thought, when I got back and got started and got warmed up again, oh, hold on just a minute, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ooh. See here what I'm talking about with the hair? There's a lot of it. Squirrel, sorry, I notice everything. Try. Ooh, there's more of it. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of it. It keeps going. Oh my Lord. This must have been some struggle. Holy cow. Okay, that makes me look around for a second. Anyway, getting back to the weather, I was going over rocks. I was thinking how much I am enjoying this weather. I just love hiking in this, and I don't have very many days left of this nice cool weather before it starts getting warmer again and getting hot. Not my favorite time of year. Anyway, part of the trail, right? I just thought I would share my thoughts with you. That was a lot of hair back there. I want to tell you a little story. There is a young man, I think he's 18. His name is Perfect. And he stayed at Uncle Johnny's. Well, he stayed in the bunk room. And when he went to bed, he left his food bag out on the picnic table in front of the bunk room. I don't know why he did that, but he did. And hikers are kind of a funny group. If there's food laying around, somebody's going to eat it. Your name has to be on it. It's just kind of the hiker code, I guess. And somebody took all of his food. His bag was full. Took his bag, took the food. So I'm not going to say they stole it, because he left it out on the picnic bench, and you know, we all know not to do something like that. I guess he didn't. So a lot of the hikers, you know, gave him a meal out of their pack, or some snacks out of their pack, or some drink mixes out of their pack. And I don't know, I just passed him, which is what made me think about it. I can't tell you how many hostels, how many places I've been where if your name isn't on it, that's the only thing that nails down your food. And even then, you get up the next morning and somebody has ripped into the grocery shopping bag that you've had it in, and you tie a knot in it just to see what's in there. That's happened numerous times to me. So if you're hiking, I think what your lesson, your takeaway from this needs to be is have a grocery bag, tie it in a knot. You have to mark it with a marker or a sticky note with your name, preferably a marker. And just know that that's not a 100% guarantee your food is going to be there in the morning. It pretty much is, but not completely. I felt sorry for him a little bit. You know, we all have to learn, and I'm learning other lessons that, you know, he probably won't have to learn. He already knows. So just thought I would share that the hikers came together and tried to help as much as they could. Look, a hillside of fern. That's beautiful. Wow. This cluster of rocks with all these fern. That's pretty. Wow. I wanted to add about rock lizard. Even though she was precocious and loquacious, she was riveting. And I don't say those two words in a derogatory way. She could look you straight in the eye and have an adult conversation and hold her own. That little girl knew her business. She told me she had hiked Amicalola in the steppes with her dad when she was 4. So she's had some experience on the trail. She is incredible. I was very impressed. It's a pretty little water source. Oh. Look at these massive trees. Here's the path. Wowzers. That is one big tree. Let me try and give you perspective. Hold on. There's my hiking pole. That is one big tree. Wow. Look at that. What a great water source. There is no other water showing around here. None. That's just running underground somewhere. That is cool. I just got done hiking across there, across here and down and around to where I am now. And here's the view. This is a trail. It's gorgeous. And there's a mountain peak in the background. I don't know which one that is. Is this the best ever? Gosh. Incredible. I love this. Oh, can you imagine when this is all in bloom? Oh, I believe I'd have to say breathtaking several times. This is the kind of thing my husband and I find fascinating. I wonder if that was an old homestead. It's a good place for 2 or 3 tents to be able to stealth camp here. Wow. I'd love to know the story behind that. So we are coming up to Curly Maple Gap Shelter. Having to go a little slow here. It's tiered and there's tons of tree branches. Tree roots, sorry. Oh, what a pretty shelter. Cherokee National Forest. Wow, they have a fire pit. Got a bench over there where you can sit down. Lots of rocks. Let's see here. I can cross right here. Well, there you go. That looks like it can sleep 6 or 12. Oh, they have a sign-in board. Look at that. This is the first time I've seen this. It's a hiker graffiti board. Well, that's pretty neat. Gosh, a lot of these are from 22. Wow. Okay. Gosh, they actually have a broom with a handle. What a treat. Here's what we usually get. The broom without the handle. You can hang your backpacks right here. Very nice. I don't see a bear hang. I see somebody right there. There's a green rope hanging from the tree. Oh, somebody's rock bag is up there too. Well, that didn't work well. Look at that massive tree. Wow. Gosh. Wonder if that thing fell after this was built and it just missed the shelter. This is beautiful. Very cool. Okay, we're going to get back on the trail. Look at the seats to sit on. That is a big tree seat. I don't know if they have a privy or a water source. Huh. Okay, there is on the tree right there, there's the blaze. And so we're going to continue on. Very pretty. So they have 2 fire rings. And I just noticed they have a shovel up there as well. Nice shelter. Nice. And that's, you just come out of the woods and there you go. So I'm looking at my AWOL guide and it says, not a good water source, no bear hang, no privy. But there are campsites here. So campsites in the shelter. That's nice. Lots of water sources before you get here, though. Lots. And lots of trees to be able to go do your hygiene thing. This is a good area. I like it. Before I leave, I was looking around. Look at this. It's a rhododendron forest. I cannot imagine how spectacular that must be to come through here in bloom. Beautiful. I knew I could hear water, and then I looked up. I'm 5'3", and this is barely giving me enough room to get through here. It's getting bigger as I'm going through. Wow. Yay! Coming up to a bridge. Oh. It's a water source. It's raining right now. I'm gonna have to put my phone away. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Music. So, someone needs to tell me what these little beauties are. There's a whole bunch of them around here. This was so pretty. I just had a hiker pass me that's going the other direction, a through hiker. And it's not the first time I've heard this, but every time I hear it, it makes me smile. I love those dirty girls. Those are wicked cool. I don't know what area of the United States those individuals are from, but I'm not used to hearing wicked cool. And it just cracks me up every time I hear it. I think it's very cute. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Nolichucky River. And the U.S. rafting team trains on this river. Thank you so much for following me today. I've had a great day, and I'm so happy you're with me. So you take good care, and I'll see you in my next video.